Hold up.
Good evening and welcome to Race Space, where we are back for Thursday night racing of the X Series. Onto the endurance race part. If you followed it from Monday night, you would have seen the sprint races. So continuing now on with the endurance race, an hour-long race at the Algarve track in Portugal. So everybody's here, thumbed up. So we're going to get this show on the road. So just to fill you in tonight, the endurance race, obviously the finishing results from Monday night is basically the qualifying for tonight. So wherever anyone's finished, they'll start in them positions tonight. K9 normally on commentary with me. He unfortunately can't do it. Something in South Africa. I mean, most South Africans realise it as load shedding, so power cuts and stuff. But tonight we have Italian commentator Matsusi. Welcome to the chat, mate.
Evening, guys.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going alright.
Yeah, so unfortunately we normally see you out on track, but technical problems from your end with steering
Hopefully
wheel.
we'll get it fixed soon.
Yeah, that's definitely a strong contender when you're out on track and showing the guys, and I'm sure you'd be up at the front end of the mix.
Yeah.
So if you've followed this series before, you'll see that the guys aren't just going to launch off the line. They do a full lap to get into formation from the finishing results from Monday night. So this first lap, you'll see the guys
I'm already
just
used to it.
Yeah. But,
I mean, I was getting used until this problem.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a setback, isn't it? I mean, it can be quite expensive to kind of.
Yeah, could be or could be not.
Yeah, it's one of the traits. Obviously, it's had a lot more use this year due to the current circumstances.
Yeah.
So
I'm watching the fuel these guys are having. I'm still there, still not loading the setups because they have little. Okay, Kenny with heavy load, 97 liters. Bro is going with a light load, 75. 81 for G32, 90 from Motormouth, and 90 from Kenny.
So a couple of
Kento with 97.
Yeah, I was going to say a couple of the guys just going with a lighter fuel load, so that might play in towards the end of the race.
Yeah, I usually go with a light one. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen you have to dash into the pits a lap or two just before the end of the race, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the reason. Yes.
And there is also other reasons, isn't there? Toilet has been calling before now. I'm sure we've mentioned that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so these guys are just falling into finishing position from Monday night. Kenny obviously was out in front, got a good launch, and got a gap. And then G32, so there's a couple of guys missing that unfortunate work related, and it's I believe it's your brother, isn't it? He's currently at work, so unfortunate to me, he'd be slotting in. Oh, and BT Bailey, I think they were having an epic battle on Monday night, so
yeah,
shame to be missing them. G32 picks up that second place, and then Kento into the third place with his teammate Roy just behind him. So a good showing for that team. And then Motormouth picking up the rear of the grid. I think he had a few technical problems. I think he was explaining after the race that his button box fell off and altered his view inside the car, and I think it was a right mess for him, but hopefully he'll be having a better race tonight.
Yep.
So I think they're all ready and all just warming up tyres and stuff. But how do you think the race is going to go tonight, Carlo? With
I mean, without some of us guys, I think Kenny is gonna be pretty free to go. If he has a nice start, can create a gap instantly.
Yeah, he's definitely got a strong pace, hasn't he? Which,
yeah, also he's really strong, so that's why I'm saying I'm more of, for me it's the favorite is Kenny.
Yeah, definitely, and I think speaking to him after the race last time, he was struggling with front tyre temperatures, but he's got such a smooth driving style that he tends to really cope with
the setups.
Yeah, definitely, but these guys are just coming round to the start of the race. Kenny's dictating the pace now, and he won't accelerate till he gets right on the line and the lights have changed. Nice camera. Sometimes it gets very frustrating. Yeah, it loves taking shots of that hill for some reason, but nice formation coming down that start straight. I think they're underway now. They've just gone over the line. Kenny having a good start now of G32, just finding a nice little bit of room to himself, and the two teammates of Kento and Roy were side by side, but I think Roy just backed out of it going into that first corner. It's a long race, so there's no point in having an incident on the first lap, is there?
Yeah. You need to take it cautious.
Yeah, and heavy fuel load as well.
Start.
Yeah, he's got a nice breathing gap already, hasn't he?
G32 is kind of following. Let's see.
Yeah, and I think he's very solid performance from G32, and having that, he's got a nice bit of clear air around him at the moment, so there's no real pressure. He's just got to drive his own race and have a strong result from this one.
The two teammates here are close.
They were having a good battle. I think they were strong on pace the other night. I think Roy had a bit of a spin which put him down a little bit. He was, I think he was third at one point. Kento has a nice drift coming over that brow. And with this track, you've got a lot of different undulations, having the uphill and downhill sections, and makes the car go light in different sections. And his first couple of laps, they'll be just trying to find it with heavy fuel load as well. You see Kento's there carrying 94 litres, so he's gone fully prepared.
Meanwhile, G32 has less than everyone, I think.
So that might play in. I mean, it is quite a long track, and just not too sure on how much fuel it would be using over the hour of racing. But G32 sticking with Kenny.
Yeah, seems he's sticking it.
Yeah, he's
he created a gap within Roy. I'm sorry, I missed something. Kento had a spin. Maybe a contact between Roy and Kento.
Kento, a bit of a nudge, just drops Kento down to the back of the grid.
I'm getting already unlucky with doing the cameraman.
It's always the way. You'll be concentrating at somewhere, and then you look at the timing sheet, and it's all changed around. It's really hard. You could do more cameras, but you can see. Is that Motormouth now onto the? Quite close onto. Quite close to the back of Roy.
Now Kenny created a little bit of gap on G32.
Yeah, 1.5 seconds. So he's. I think Kenny.
1.8.
Yeah, Kenny will be comfortable. I don't think he'll be stretching his legs like he's got too much pressure from.
Yeah, I think it's not pushing 100%.
Yeah.
Not really pushing. Yeah, but here Scott is trying it.
He's
Trying
definitely
to,
having a look, isn't he?
yeah, he's definitely a look. Yeah.
He's applying the pressure. I'm quite surprised Motormouth hasn't got his lights on yet. We always talk about that. When somebody puts their lights on, they definitely mean business.
Yes. I know that.
It's always a tool that I like to use just to let people know that I'm here and I'm gonna have a go if I have a chance.
More present. You're more visible from the enemy.
Yep. Definitely.
Scott is having a look. He's having a look.
He's having a look.
We closed it too much, I guess.
Just got tangled together.
More on the side, but yeah.
That's brought Kento straight past Roy there, his teammate. So
yeah.
And they're not too far away from Motormouth, so they've got a chance to reel him back in and apply the pressure to him.
Yeah. No, Roy.
You see,
he's having drift now.
K9 must be watching us on the stream because he's in full support, saying that Savage Racing and Galaxy Racing. So that's a good showing from the two teams. That's
nice.
the green cars of Savage and the blue of Galaxy Racing. And he also says that he never puts his lights on. I think we was talking to him, and he says he wants he wants as much power going to the engine as possible.
Yeah, I remember it now. I think I heard it. Yeah, I was watching now the engine temperature. Kenny has a stable one because I saw Scott has 108 degrees Celsius on the oil.
Yeah, running a little bit hotter than compared to everyone else, isn't he?
Yeah,
so whether he's closed his...
it's around 90, 99, 98.
So he could have closed his radiator a little bit, which then could
open it.
Give him,
give him more air.
And he's that could give him a little bit of that engine damage, though. You know, later on in the race, couldn't it?
That's what I'm thinking. He's still raising up the temperature. It's about 110 now. It's gonna tear the engine a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm changing cameras. There's a battle.
That's alright, mate. It's
getting used to it.
yeah, definitely. It takes some getting used to, doesn't it? When you're when you're so used to racing, it's
yeah. I'm used to see the steering wheel and the tarmac.
But Motormouth there getting some pressure now off Kento. Kento's looking for a move, I reckon. Takes a nice run in there, should get a good exit, but he's going to struggle to...
Yeah, but Scott is holding on.
I'd say this is where the battle is at the moment. I see Roy's dropped off a little bit more, so whether he's had another little half spin or something. Kenny up front, he's managed to pull 4 second gap now, so he's just really into his groove now.
Now he's chilling, yeah. Kento a little bit outside on the corner exit.
Yeah, a little bit wide, and you pick up a little bit of dirt on your tyres, and you do feel that in the next few corners, don't you? It's
honestly, I don't that much. Maybe because I don't know. I don't think about it too much.
maybe that's where I go wrong. I overthink about it.
In my head, I have a little rat going speed.
Maybe that's where we're different. Why you're normally faster than me is you don't think about things like that, and I think, oh, I've got dirty tyres, so I go into the next couple of corners maybe a little bit more careful and slower. So
nah, whatever.
And that's where I struggle. Right, I'm going to change my racing approach from now on. Motormouth just caught the inside of the curb, but it didn't seem to unstable him too much there.
Yeah, I have well enough experience in this game. You can manage to take some curbs.
He's looking strong.
Yeah,
He's holding on.
Yeah, Kent is pushing a little bit too much for staying behind Scott, so he's doing well. Motormouse is doing really well. He's going wide in the most of.
Oh,
No,
as we say that, yeah.
I will say that. Yeah. Sorry, Motormouse. Sorry.
Welcome to the commentator's curse, mate. Whenever you say that about someone, it's.
I made it easy.
But no, it's unfortunate there for Motormouth, but he's still in 4th place, and I'm sure he looked like he was having a slightly little bit of stronger pace than Kento. So whether he's got enough time to reel him back in,
yeah. If he's keeping consistent with the laps, yeah, he can close up to him. We still need to pit, so can have a little bit of strategy going on.
And I do know scheduled a little bit later on for this race, there will be a bit of wet weather coming in.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
surprise, surprise.
Surprise there. It's the guys. I don't know whether they noticed that or anything, but
I didn't. So.
And that's the thing. It shows the first 2 weather slots, and a little bit later on. Notice. Yeah, I'm not too sure whether any of the other guys noticed there. But Kenny there looking super smooth now. He's found a rhythm, and engine temperature, I'd say, is bang on.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, 102, now no.
Well, a little bit hotter there, but...
no, it's basically perfect, 99 now, so...
It's hovering around that window, which is perfect, really, isn't it? And fuel, he started off with a decent amount of fuel to see him to the end. Pulled a 7-second gap now, back to G32. But I'm sure G32 will be happy with a strong, solid second place. Yeah.
I mean, second place, yeah. Kento is in the podium now.
So Rock has got past Motormouth. I didn't think he had done that before. I thought Kento... Motormouth had the spin, but I didn't think Rock had got past him.
Oh,
so he must have had another spin or something.
Yeah, he lost another 10 seconds because he had only 10 seconds, if I remember right, from Kento.
Yeah. So he just seems to be struggling at this part of the race. He looks strong to start with, but whether his car has just heated up them tyres.
Also do that. Yeah. It happened to be strong in the start and.
Doesn't seem to be pushing on too much over that. That's the corner where I always seem to push on sometimes and end up going out wide a little bit.
It's a really tricky corner. If you take I don't know, in my car, if you take it inside the curb, the car starts to drift.
Yeah.
I start skidding a lot. There's glue in the curb, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Roy made a mistake because the gap is closing from. I think he's closing from Motormouth.
Motormouth, yeah, he's closed a little bit in on him. I mean, like, it's a good showing from Kento. This is his first endurance race in these cars. Obviously, Monday was his first kind of like time in the cars in the championship, and he's in the mix. He's definitely, he's in that 3rd place at the moment, and seems to have quite a comfortable gap, 13 seconds in front of Roy. So we'll see Roy just having a.
I didn't notice. I was looking at the lap
times. Yeah. I just noticed Roy have a bit of a moment coming down that bank.
When Kenny did a 153.1.
Yeah,
I honestly
that's...
don't know if that's a fast lap, but I think it is. I don't remember what I did on the sprint. I also didn't race with this car because probably was too much already.
Yeah, I know. I think Kenny the other night in the sprint race did a 152, low 152s.
Okay, okay.
But
So
I mean,
at least I can get a basis on what time it will be. But what? Yeah, he's having a lot of fuel. In the sprint you have less, so.
You probably see like we normally see the faster times coming in towards the end of the race when people have made pit stops, got a fresh set of tyres on, or But I'm not too sure on this one. You know, it's
not too sure too.
Yeah. With the wet weather coming in, and I don't know whether the track would dry after the wet weather. It's. These guys have all found their pretty much the rhythm now. They're all, except for Kenny there on a 153, all the rest are hovering around the 156 and 155s, aren't they? Motormouth there with 154. Yeah, so
he has a nice lap. It's kind of holding to the 40 seconds of gap of Kenny. It's not going. It's not gapping too much, Kenny.
No.
It's around 40 seconds from 2 laps now. Maybe even more.
So see, Kenny's just banged in that 153.5 on this last lap that he's just done, lap 10. Yeah. So he's found a strong pace to run at, hasn't he? And he's very consistent.
Gotta watch out for Scott because he's closing the gap now. From Roy.
We'll be getting close between them two in the next couple of laps.
Let me open the map. Yeah, we see them. They see each other in the straight.
I mean, like, even with Kento, he's got into a rhythm now, and he's not too far away from G32.
Yeah,
he's just running slightly. Yeah, he's running slightly quicker.
We have still plenty of time, 40 minutes, so. Still have to see who pit stop first.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually go for the undercut anyway, even if I'm first. I tried the last race, if you remember.
Yeah.
I go with a middle race change of tire because I use the same compound and I try to balance them between the race.
Yeah, yeah.
But I see most of the guys go for the. They try to do a longer stint in the first one, and the second is shorter.
Yeah. And look, you've even got, like, in the pit stops and stuff, you can have a mechanical issue. Your pit stop can make a mistake.
I had one.
Yeah, so it's
gearbox failure.
It's really annoying when it does happen, doesn't it? But it's true to life. You know, these things can happen and stuff. But it does seem to happen more often than not, doesn't it? It's they pipe up on the radio and they say, you know, oh, we've dropped a wheel nut or something like that. You're like, oh, you're clumsy, you're all sacked.
The 10mm socket into the...
So is the 10mm socket. Everyone loses a 10mm socket. But, so is it? Kento's got 10 seconds to pull in on G32. Roy and Motormouth, they're pretty close. 4 seconds.
4 seconds. Yeah, 4 seconds around like something like that.
See K9 there. He's added low budget pit crews. So yeah, they obviously don't get paid enough, do they, the pit crews to actually care about the racing that much.
Yeah, we can see now they are closer. Oh, Roy with a mistake. Scott is gonna take the opportunity.
Oh, see, Scott just give it a bit too much coming out the corner, but holds on to it. So he's on a charge, isn't he? And he wants to redeem where he was out on track, and I think Roy's just sliding. You can see it again. Yeah, his grip level is he's definitely struggling a bit there.
If you had a contact in the start with Kento, maybe has some damage, I don't know.
Yeah, could have picked up bit of a knock and
suspension.
And then also I think was it Motormouth and him had that little slight contact going into turn 1, which gave Roy that that spin.
Yeah, you see, he's struggling a lot. Only wide even in these corners, which you shouldn't. I mean, no, on those corner exit, yeah, you can, but
is he? I thought he was going to be bailing for the pits, and he looked a little bit tighter, but that could be a, it could be a call now, couldn't it? You could be looking, if you're Roy, do I dive into the pits now and pick up some fresh rubber if he's got that option set up in his pit strategy, and it can just
do that.
I think like choosing when to do the pits can just give you that little break and just calm your driving style a little bit.
Also, yeah, you can refresh your style. Yeah.
I think Motormouth's on full attack here. He's he ran it right out on over the curb, and he's applying the pressure now.
Now he has a really better exit.
He's really gonna start looking where he's thinking where he's strongest and pull maneuvers. See Roy just sliding again.
Yeah, in that corner he struggles a lot.
Solid down the hill, and Roy's engine temperature, that's running quite cool, so it doesn't show that he's picked up any front end damage. Motormouth, bit of a wiggle coming out of that corner, trying to get the power down, but do you think it'll be down into turn 1 where Motormouth has a look? And last time they had a little bit of contact there, so I think he'd be mindful of that. But he's eyeing him up, isn't he? He's getting in his slipstream.
Yeah, he's wanting it all.
He's having a look. He's tighter line. He's carrying the speed.
Carrying much more speed. Oh, but Roy's gonna carry much more speed on the outside of there. Hey, made a mistake.
He just ran. I just saw a spot of rain then on the screen. So this is when it's going to start raining as well. So
I hear it. Yeah, you can hear it. Just where the battle begins.
Yeah. This is going to throw in a spanner in the works, especially for these pair.
Yeah.
So just have a quick refresh. Kenny's out in front. He's pulled 22 seconds now. Kento has closed in a little bit on G32. Nothing too major at the moment.
Yeah. Something, but yeah, not much.
But these two are. It's a bit of a dogfight at the moment. But I mean, at this point, it's always hard when you're a spectator, but when you're in the car, you can virtually see on how much rain there is falling.
Yeah, nobody's speeding. That's something I'm noticing. Nobody's speeding.
Would you be considering it if you were out there at this point, being first into the pits, getting on them wets?
Yeah, I would. I mean, Kenny at the time, it started raining, didn't pit.
Yeah, and it's quite heavy now. I know there's no spray coming up. And they're all staying out.
It's heavy now. Yeah, they're staying out. So what's the... Kenny has some grip problem now, huh? Or no?
He's still looking like there's grip out there at the moment.
Okay, maybe it's still a little bit dry. He may have timed it just right.
Yeah, he might have done that. And I don't think track temperature is too warm. Normally if you've got a warmer track, it'll stay drier for a little bit longer, but I don't think it's too hot out there. But Motormouth looking really like he's going to make a challenge dropping into this this corner down this bank. He's pulled out already. He showed his intent, but Roy's got him blocked.
Yeah, he's defending. Oh, you can see now Scott car is really wet.
Yeah. I think these two are definitely going to be coming in and pitting at the same time.
Yeah, Roy turning on his how you call it?
Wiper blade?
Wipers,
yeah.
Wipers. So Ken is still not pitting. Okay, he's insane.
That's brave. That's brave. But
yeah, that's
brave. he's got time. I mean, like, even with a bit of a half, so no one else has pitted so far.
Maybe he's feeling the track still dry.
I mean, visually, how wet it is coming down on our screen.
Now it's wet. Now
you can see the spray.
Yeah, now it's wet. It's impossible.
So
yeah.
Kenny's got to do this rest of this lap in these conditions, which. G32, he's dived for the pits, and Kento as well, so...
Oh, they have opportunity to take some time from Kenny, yeah?
Now, it is another thing, isn't it? It's whether you've got a pit strategy set up for wet tyres.
No.
Motormouth, stay now. Yeah. That is more than brave. That is...
That is, yeah, more than brave. Look at his full send.
Let's just stay on board. He runs a little bit wide there. He's not getting too out of shape at the moment, but...
Now G32 coming out.
So everybody else except for, well, there's Kenny, he's coming round, and Motormouth, which takes him straight into second, but...
So the battle was between Roy and Motormouth, but I think Motormouth lost the opportunity to take the place from Roy now. Eh?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see on how much time is lost, or you never know, it could be gained if Motormouth drives it really smooth.
I think it's really hard with this condition.
You can see it just struggling. Yeah, he was struggling to get power down, I think, up the hill. So he's run wide.
If it continues raining like that, later on the race is gonna be really bad. The aquaplaning here in this track, there's gonna be a lot of puddles. Ah, look at him! Struggling too much.
G32 flies.
Too much time.
Flew by him there, didn't he? G32 obviously on a nice set of wets.
The puddles already forming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be harsh.
So Motormouth's on a big struggle now just to get it back to that pits as quickly as he can, really, and get a set of wets on.
Kenny's in the pit again.
No, Kenny didn't pit, so he's...
Yeah, okay.
So it'll be interesting to see...
where G32 comes. Maybe he has enough time.
I was going to say, yeah, he could really tighten up the gap between them.
He's starting now, Kenny. He's starting now from the pits. Nah.
So it's roughly, I don't know, he's made up a bit of time, I'd say.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, Kenny's just coming out of the pit exit now. Getting up to speed.
I'm sorry, 1 second. My shield, by the way.
No
I was
problem.
looking at
Motormouth manages to get it round to the pits and definitely diving in this time. If he can...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now he's going for it.
Breaking it down, slowing it down, getting in there.
So, yeah, Roy's gonna get him for sure. You know? He has enough time.
So
Yeah, but
looking at it,
G32 is 5 seconds now.
yeah, 5 seconds
Kenny.
behind Kenny, so he's made a massive gain, and he's pulled away from Kento. Because that was down to about 8 seconds, and now it's up to 16, so they pitted at the same time, so whether Kento's just adjusting to this wet weather.
Maybe Kento had some damage from the contact earlier, if it happened.
Yeah, could have done, yeah, it took a bit of time to repair in the pits.
That means Kenny risked it a little bit.
He definitely did, but I think in races before I've always seen him stay out kind of a lap extra than what you'd expect. He's very good at keeping pace even in bad conditions, but it's definitely wet now, I'll give it that. It's
I'm watching the times, I don't want to say it, but G32 is closing the gap, I think.
Is it? He's looking strong.
I mean, it's looking the same. It's around... It was around 5 seconds. He came back to 4.5, and now he's 5 seconds again. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's looking strong, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And he's played that pit game really to his advantage.
Yeah.
And he is pulling away, I'd say, from Kento as well now. Kento's just dropping a little bit more time.
Yeah, it's following Kenny.
You've got to start watching, avoiding them big puddles now. That's when it really...
That's what I'm talking about. This track gets some really big puddles.
It's really going to start snatching the cars one way and then the other, isn't it? It's can be a matter of luck whether you make it through the other side of some of these puddles.
Yeah, but you absolutely need to evitate them. I don't know, to dodge them.
And you can just see now on how much time Motormouth has lost compared to Roy.
A lot. He lost a lot of time.
He's lost a minute. He's lost a minute there, hasn't he? And
yeah. Yeah, I think he got caught a lot of times in the sand. He wasn't watching, but Kenny maybe managed to keep it more smooth, more under control, and didn't lose so many times staying on the track.
That's the thing. I think in them conditions, you've just got to keep it on the track. It doesn't matter how slow you're going. Keep it on the track. It's always faster than running wide or having a half spin.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so now Kenny gained 1 second, around something around like that, on this lap.
Yeah, just found his rhythm in the wet, finding his different lines on which corners to either run a little bit wider. Yeah, he's had a strong lap that time.
No, that's the timer. I'm looking at it that it's going up and down because of the straights and braking point are different between guys.
But he was 2 seconds, well, virtually 2 seconds quicker on that last lap. If you look at lap time,
oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Roy there as well, 2:04s. Motormouth back in the pits again, so whether he hadn't changed tyres or...
No, you can see as...
He's got wets on, yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember from seeing it when he was in the pits. No, maybe some damage, I guess, for sure.
Yeah, just gone in for a quick repair on something.
Because, yeah, I think it can happen in the race to break the gearbox and lose some gears.
Right. Okay.
Am I saying true shit or? I don't remember if it can happen.
No, I think you can have mechanical damage when you're driving as well, can't you? Like, you
Yeah.
know, a failure of something comes on the radio and tells you, you know, something's happened and you've got to come in, and then you start swearing down the radio back at him, saying you.
GP2 engine. GP2.
Kenny looking strong. He's found his groove again. He's pulling away from G32 now. Kento, he seems to be dropping a little bit of time to G32. I don't know, 16 seconds. So has he pulled a little bit back in there?
I think.
And keep an eye on that. I think over the next few laps we'll see.
Yeah, because I don't remember also.
Yeah, I mean, like in these conditions, it can be a half spin for anyone on one lap. And
look at that paddle.
Yeah,
You saw that.
that puddle
on the east side.
I was going to say that puddle, and then going into that section where you come up over the brow on that left-hander. That's one where it can catch you out in the dry. Never mind in the wet.
It's really changing the racing line now.
It shouldn't be too far away where the rain stops. You know, starts getting lighter, and but I don't think it's going to dry the track up. We've seen how wet that track is. It's going to stay wet for the rest of the race.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that big paddle is gonna remain.
Yeah.
For the entirety of the race.
So, do you personally like a wet race, or do you like it totally dry? I know.
No, I don't mind a wet race. It's fun. I mean, with some cars, I don't think so much, but yeah.
Yeah, something that you've kind of got used to and can handle a bit of rain. You know, it feels quite stable anyway.
Enjoy a mechanical grip car more than aerodynamic, you know, more than a really high downforce car on the wet, you know.
I know what you mean. I struggle with a high downforce car anyway in the dry, never mind in the wet. It's I can't switch my brain to use the aero to know how much grip it's got.
In the dry, I love high downforce. I really love that. I much prefer that than low downforce.
See Kenny running it well wide there just to stay in the shallowest part of that puddle.
Let's see what G32 does.
He's brave. Goes,
take it. He's brave,
yeah, just take it straight through the middle. I suppose in that way it gives you a bit of room on either side of the track. If it is going to snatch you one way or the other, you've got track to work on, if you know what I mean. Kento, he's running right out to the edge.
Yeah.
Very similar to Kenny's style there. Mohammed back in the pits again. So he's having some major issue there with something that isn't quite right.
7 minutes and a half.
Yeah.
What? Let's see what Roy does.
Same as G32. Yeah.
2 minutes and 1 second and a half from Kenny.
Yeah, so that's probably
the wet, I would say.
That's probably the quickest lap time that we've seen in the wet so far. I don't know whether the rain is easing a little bit. Whether it's the camera shot. No, it's not. No.
No, it's the camera, yeah.
So not so much spray going down that main straight, but that is slightly raised, I think.
To watch the comments. See, I think Ale is harassing me now. I don't know.
What, the comments on
the stream? Yeah.
No, on the stream, yeah.
Okay, no, Ale didn't say anything to me.
Yeah, Kenny's he's pulling out all the time, and he's 16, well, nearly 17 seconds now. So he's found his rhythm again, and just doing what Kenny does. He's looking like he could take another another win.
Yeah, another win.
Yeah, K9's just put there that the spray is less on the raised part of the track, which I was saying down that straight, the main straight, it was elevated, wasn't it? You go up onto that straight and then drop down off that straight, and you can see it was less. But
yeah. This game really simulates the water really well.
Yeah, and I think the rain is getting less and less. Just
Now
dying
it's
off a bit.
stopped.
Yeah, it does look on that shot, doesn't it? Just
no,
see it
it
there.
didn't. It's just
But
lighter. It
it
was the
is,
camera angle again.
Yeah, so I
Still
don't.
raining, but lighter. I
Yeah.
think.
So I can just see Scott's put that's Motormouth just put a message on here. Let's see what he says. See if we can get an explanation on what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so went for tyres. No fuel, no repairs to save time, and was told he had lost the clutch. Okay, so yeah, he's had a pit failure.
Oh no.
Was kept in the pits for so long. Behind, yeah. So yeah, I think with Motormouth he's had extremely kind of annoying pit failures from his car, and then what with the couple of spins that he's had earlier on, really feeling the frustration from racing, and I don't know whether he's I don't know whether the clutch is completely gone, so whether that's kept him in the pits, or whether he's
It's strange. I never had it, losing the clutch. Oh
yeah. Or whether he's just not, he's not feeling the love. He's not feeling the love for the racing tonight.
So, who's gonna be the brave man to change to dry tires?
I don't know. I mean, at the moment,
I think it's not.
Well, we
at
got
the moment now it's possible. But
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Yeah.
You
Not
just,
gonna dry up in
yeah.
time.
You just got to keep your eye on tyre temperatures. Obviously, there's a lot of spray coming off yet. If it did start rapidly drying, at this,
On the straight now, here is dry.
Yeah.
On the straight because it's up. Now it's gonna become, wet.
Down into the wet.
I love this game. I love this game.
It definitely does throw up the wet very well, doesn't it?
Yeah, the wet in this game is much more enjoyable than others.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, like, if I was out there now, I wouldn't even be thinking about dries for the rest of the race. Because you've got that many like lower dips that are going to hold water to the end, you know.
Yeah.
And everybody at the moment is looking about the same sort of time gap as they've been holding all the way through. I don't think anyone's made any major kind of impressions on anyone now. G32, he's 22 seconds behind, back off Kenny. Kento, 36. So they're hovering around this. 16 to 14 seconds. So they're kind of holding pace between them two.
All three. They are in the 2 minutes and 4 seconds or something like that. 2 minutes and 5. and almost 0 for Roy now. But the pace is there.
So Kento, he started off in fourth place in the after the sprint race. I think it was fourth. Let me just check. I mean, obviously that's with people not being able to join tonight, and he's moved up into third. So first race out there for this championship in the endurance, and he's definitely had a good one. Solid performance there. Hopefully, if some of the other guys can come back, obviously. I think with the Christmas break and stuff, it's still kind of messed a few people up that we've normally seen out there. I think,
yeah.
I think Tarmac, we haven't actually heard of him since the Christmas break, so it'd be nice to get him back out. Kento runs wide, but holds on to it. He was well out in the gravel there, but managed to hold on to it. Fair play to him.
Yeah.
Hasn't lost too much time, so. Yeah, and I think there's a couple of other guys, isn't there? There's Pressure. He's had a new wheel set up and stuff, so I think he's been trying to get that ready, and an internet problem. Obviously, K9. We all know that he's normally here when he can be, but obviously with this load shedding, as we mentioned, I've got to check on who's out in the commentary car for the next round. I think it quite possibly could be K9. So he'll be putting in the next performance out against you guys, and then obviously we've got to get your wheel repaired, Matsuti.
Yeah.
Or can you? I know on other games you play on mouse and keyboard. Do you reckon you could play? You could race a car on mouse and keyboard?
I could try. Maybe I'll quick scope drop shot somebody with
Yeah.
With 360 quick scope somebody with my mouse and keyboard.
I've seen how quick you can move on other games with a mouse and keyboard, mate. I tell you. Give it a go. But, yeah, as I was saying, some other guys that I think could be back in for the next round of this, but coming into the last 10 minutes now. So I mean, you got Kenny. He's well out in front now. He's nearly a 30-second gap.
Yeah.
I can see K9 saying there that I'm next in the commentary car in this class. So. You'll probably see some spins or something from me. I'm not a fan of this car, but I prefer the road car. The
road car is really fun.
I like that. Yeah, it moves around underneath me, which I like. You know, you can catch a drift and stuff. I'm not so much a smooth tarmac racer. I'm more into me rally and rallycross or something where I can get a slide on, but. It's definitely fun though. Anybody that wants to join up for the championship, there's still plenty of time. It's not like it's closed when we're mid-championship. So the track's definitely not drying up as we predicted. They're probably feeling a little bit more grip out there, but not.
Yeah, surely also tire temperature are rising up. Pretty sure. Think it won't overheat because it's winter now.
Yeah, cooler temperatures.
Yeah.
So if we have a...
Also, that's why maybe the track is not drying so much.
If we just have a quick scroll through, because we can see Kenny's fuel amount there. He's got more than enough to finish the rest of the race.
Yeah.
Just have a quick look at the other guys. G32, 29. That's going to be enough. 44 from Kento, so he's put some in. Yeah, he's put some in at the pit stop as well, just to make sure. 22 for Rock. That's probably enough.
It's probably perfect.
Yeah, he's probably carrying the right amount. He went out, I think, with the least amount in, didn't he? So he's calculated that well. But
here the pit crew of Scott are still trying to find the clutch.
Yeah, they're probably trying to borrow one off another team. Can I borrow your clutch? But I'm going to say that this is Kento's longest race he's ever done. I
don't actually know.
Yeah, I do actually know Kento. Off racing, we're friends anyway, and I kind of know that. I'm going to say that this is the longest race he's ever done on endurance, on project cars. So that probably explains why he's banged in a load more fuel at the pit stop as well. It takes a while to calculate things and to kind of see on how much it is.
The game's calculation are not right.
Yeah. So he's doing well, and I also know that he's got quite a mad dog, which likes to wrap himself around the pedals and steering wheel when he's playing. So he's got some issues at home that he has to contend with. So he's full respect to him now. He's doing well to be out on track and enjoying it. Just see him sliding around a bit.
Yeah, we can see some parts are starting to dry up.
Definitely are. There's not much spray coming off there, but as you say now, tyre temperatures coming in, that can make it just as slippy as when the track's wet, isn't it? With wets on.
Yeah. With wet tires, it's horrible. It's a dry tarmac.
Five minutes to go now, and I think, as you say, the track's definitely drying up, and Kenny's got this one in the bag, I'm going to say. And
Kenny could maybe go for a fast lap. Just the time.
If there was longer in the race at this point, you would be kind of like thinking, shall I go and put some slicks on? But I think
if you have the gap, you can easily do it. I mean, I think I would, just for doing a fast lap.
Definitely. I can see.
I don't know why I like pushing in the last lap and maybe ruin everything. But I mean,
you're a bit like Max Verstappen. He's always wants to dive out there for the. Let me get the fastest lap and
on the last lap.
Yeah.
You risk to crash into. Like Giovinazzi did in Spa.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it intentionally, but
it just happened. Yeah. That's the thing, is like you're pushing on the last lap, next minute you're upside down in a gravel trap, and you're like, no, why have I done that? But
yeah.
Kenny looking strong there. I see K9 must be still watching, using his battery power and his internet on his phone, but he's. It just says Algrave looks Lake looks lovely this time of year, so yeah, he's looking at the big pool of water that we can see. Said that Kenny almost fell in the lake. You see them inside corners do collect a lot of water.
Yeah, look.
I think with the track conditions like this, everyone's kind of like been holding times pretty much even between them. Kento hasn't been able to close in on G32. G32's done a cracking job there of holding in a solid performance.
Yeah, he did great.
Yeah, Roy's just dropped that little bit of time to Kento. And then Motormouth there, we can see still sat in the pits, looking for a clutch. Anyone? Anyone got a clutch? Anyone? But unfortunate for him. It's
yeah, really unfortunate. Almost as always. It's like Alonso. It's so unfortunate every race.
Yeah. He's definitely had some a bad run of luck as Motormouth with different issues of either on track or in his simulator rig where he's had some sort of issue that's kind of played havoc with his race at the moment. So hopefully his fortune will turn around. Track looking quite dry in places now, isn't it?
Yeah. You can definitely do a fast lap with dry tires now. But you have no time, so you could do maybe a couple of corners.
Yeah.
Just for the sake.
I mean, what's that? That was best lap delta came up on my screen for Kenny, and he was 3.8 seconds off at this point on the track of his best lap. So that's the difference that you can kind of see with a wet set of tyres on a drying track. Yeah. I mean, it would be cheeky of him now if he dived in the pits and put a set of dries on.
I think that now he almost has leaks from how much he's staring them.
Yeah, I thought he was going to dive in the pits then.
Almost looking like it, yeah. No, strange. Maybe he was looking for some wet to cool down tires.
Yeah, quite possibly could have been then. The front's wide, he's struggling a little bit, isn't he?
The front left, he overheated it. Pretty sure because the last corner is a really long bend on the right. Go for the lake!
Yeah! It'd just be a look, you go in the lake and it like proper snatches you off into a gravel pit, and I mean,
yeah.
he's got time, but I mean, if you're the wrong way round, you got to put it in reverse or something. You could lose 30.
He did a spin, I guess. Oh, he was just exiting the corner really slow. No, I'm sorry.
I think the time is looking about the same, 36 seconds. So I think he, as you say, he really slowed it down on the exit. He's getting a lot of push on.
So anyway, it's the last lap now. No time left for me in the screen, so I guess it's the last one.
Yeah, last one. So we'll be coming around to take the win, just taking it steady. You can see on his last lap. Yeah, his last lap time was 1:59. So he.
Yeah.
It's still respectful, you know, on wet tyres.
Yeah, it's still fast. I mean. Let's see the fuel. Yeah, it's at 27 liters Kenny, G3220, 35 for Kento. Yeah, too much. Yeah, Roy is basically spot on.
Yeah, I think Roy's calculated the fuel spot on there, hasn't he?
He turned the lights on to consume heat a little bit.
Yeah, he's probably got the air conditioning on. I'll burn off as much fuel as I can. But.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to check the...
That's alright, Kenny's took the win there, so full respect to him, and I'm sure he'll be glad to take that win. Giving it some donuts right next to the lake. G32.
Oh, we still have some time for some donuts.
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 Don't worry about them tyres now. Get it lit up.
Nah.
Yeah, solid race by G32 there.
Yeah, really solid.
Yeah, he's kept his pace and his pit strategy worked well. Brought him back into that 5-second window with Kenny, didn't it? And he's happy with that, flashing his lights.
In the light, yeah. Yeah, deserved. He really deserved it.
Definitely is. He's not going to go for any donuts himself. Just going to park her up. Kento here, coming over in 3rd place. Pushing out wide on us. Hey up! Where are we going? Where are we going? He's just. That's probably not the exit that he wanted on the last corner, but that is a sign of relief that I'm happy to come over in 3rd place. So no, congrats to
I put the tires Kenny in the lake. Roy coming.
Roy, he's coming over now. He's just struggled a bit in some sections, sometimes of the race, but a little bit of misfortune with a bit of contact, but comes over in a solid 4th. Yeah. See K9's
there. The trophy for being.
Right.
I don't know the word now. Register, no. Director,
so, yeah. That's the first time for doing that, is it?
Yeah. Maybe one day I will we get a platinum.
Cool. So yeah, it's a good race there by them guys.
Yeah.
They've put on a good performance. Only
lap 153 and 0.94 from Kenny.
Yeah, some good racing there. So, right, that concludes the endurance race for tonight. Thank you so much for standing in, Carlo. It's been an absolute pleasure commentary having you on here for this time.
It's been my pleasure.
Yeah, I hope that you'll join us again sometime. It's been great, mate. And we conclude this week's racing, but we do start up the Rally Fighters next week, which we all know and love. Rallycross is going to be epic. So, all being well, we'll have a...
I try to do a couple qualifying heats, but if the issue is too much, I think I will jump into commentary for the heats.
Yeah, cool, man.
If I can. Yeah.
You'll be more than welcome, but hopefully we can get something resolved with your steering wheel issue.
Maybe I stick it with automatic gearbox and
see how you get on with that.
In rallycross it won't. I mean, because I think rallycross is important. The gearing, the gears you use.
It definitely is. Yeah, definitely is.
Hopefully, automatics doesn't bother me too much. I mean, he changes gear when he needs to.
Yeah, so right, anyone watching will be resolving Rally Fighters on Monday with qualifying, and we shall catch you all then. Thank you so much, and catch you guys later.
Thank you all, guys. Bye bye.